What if Gore won Florida and became president? So as you can see here, the Republicans would gain 4 seats in their best case scenario. So as you can see here, I do think Ron DeSantis will beat Kamala Harris. Good evening, and welcome to Election Night in America 2024. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an election prediction between Ron DeSantis, the best Republican in my eyes, and Pete Buttigieg, the best Democrat in my eyes. Let's get right into it. Pete Buttigieg, safe states, the usual: Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, Illinois, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and D.C. Ron DeSantis' safe states, also the usual ones: Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska's at-large vote, 1st and 3rd congressional districts, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, Indiana, and West Virginia. Pete Buttigieg likely states include Minnesota, Colorado, New Mexico, and Virginia. I think that because of Pete Buttigieg's kind of big Rust Belt appeal, that Ohio isn't going to be likely. I think Ohio will be lean, but I think Iowa is going to be likely, and I think Texas will be likely, and Florida will be likely, and Alaska will be likely too, just because, Texas, like, people keep saying, oh, boo Texas in 2024. I mean, it's possible. Isn't it possible? No, it's not possible. It could be possible later on, but Texas is still going to be Republican in 2024. 2024. Because Ron DeSantis is probably the strongest Republican that they can nominate. He's going to win Texas by a likely margin. Pete Buttigieg is only going to do good in the North and the West. And I feel like that he'd also win Florida by a likely margin just because he's very popular in Florida. People like him. He was just elected in 2018, even though people thought that the Democrats were going to win that race, and he won. I think also Pete Buttigieg likely states Maine's at-large vote is going to be likely, and so is Maine's 1st district, and Maine's 2nd district will be likely for Ron DeSantis. Pete Buttigieg lean states include Nebraska's 2nd district, New Hampshire, and Nevada. I think maybe might be lean. It's debatable. It could be lean. It could be tilt. I think Nevada's probably tilt for Pete Buttigieg. Ron DeSantis' lean states. Ohio, as I said before, just because, Pete Buttigieg is from Indiana, it will make him kind of almost popular in Ohio, but not popular enough to win Ohio. I also think Ron DeSantis will have a lean margin in North Carolina. North Carolina has been trending red. The last time it went blue was in 2008 when Obama won it, and that was by a very close margin. And that year was a blowout for the Democrats. So I feel like Ron DeSantis would be able to win that one by a lean margin. I also feel like Georgia would be a lean margin. As I said before, Pete Buttigieg would do good in the North and the West. And I feel like Georgia, which is in the southeast, and also really just this whole southeast area besides Virginia, is all going to go red just because, Pete Buttigieg isn't that popular down there, and Ron DeSantis is popular down there. So that's why I think that those all will be red. Also, maybe Arizona will be lean. Actually, no, Arizona's going to be tilt for Ron DeSantis. Joe Biden won the state by a very close margin, but I feel like Pete Buttigieg, as I said, he's popular in the West, so the West kind of stretches down here into the Southwest. and excluding Texas, this is a pretty blue area, and also excluding Utah. So I feel like that area really, I feel like Arizona would be a tilt just because, Ron DeSantis isn't very popular here. He's pretty popular, but not as popular as Pete Buttigieg is. But Ron DeSantis would still be able to take home Arizona by a tilt margin. Pete Buttigieg's tilt states, I think that'd only be Michigan. You'd expect Pete Buttigieg to have a little more Rust Belt appeal, but because of his Rust Belt appeal, that will make that Wisconsin and Pennsylvania are both tilt. So I think that Ron DeSantis would beat Pete Buttigieg here, 291 to 247. I think I might make a little change. I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Pete Buttigieg may be able to take home Pennsylvania by a tilt margin. For now, we could put Pennsylvania as a toss-up, a state that both of them really have a good shot at winning. Just because, DeSantis is popular around the U.S., and Pennsylvania was very close in 2020. So, thinking of that, DeSantis, the best Republican that they could nominate, that Pennsylvania could be tilt for him, and it could also be tilt for Pete Buttigieg because, he's from the Rust Belt. He probably is going to do good in the Rust Belt, which is why Wisconsin's tilt, not lean. And it's just so hard to predict this because we don't know what's going to happen in the next few years. Like, something dramatically could change. Like, Joe Biden's approval rating could strike back up, and maybe Joe Biden will be the best Democrat that they can nominate, or maybe like Kamala Harris will be the best Democrat that they can nominate. But for now, I feel like either Pete Buttigieg wins it in a tilt margin for Pennsylvania, or Ron DeSantis wins it in a tilt margin for Pennsylvania. But I feel like just because Pete Buttigieg is like a Rust Belt guy, I think that Pennsylvania is going to be tilt for him. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. So thank you guys for watching. I think DeSantis and Pete Buttigieg will be very, very close. Like very, very, very close, like Bush versus Gore type close. If you haven't watched the election night I did with them, I think this is almost the exact same prediction that I had in that election night. So that will be linked in the description, and I'll also put it at the end credits in the video. I think that, as I said, Ron DeSantis is popular in the South, like this whole southern area. Well, I guess besides these few states, like this is all southern. So I feel like DeSantis is popular in the southern states, and Pete Buttigieg is popular in the West and the North. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe with the notification bell on, and I will see you guys in the next video.